Walking with Jesus is a daily decision. It's a moment-by-moment decision. And you can feel far from God one moment, but you're never farther from God than your next prayer to Him.
That's good.
That's great.
You are never farther from God than your next thought of Him. You are never farther from God than the next sin that you confess and say, God, help me with this. I did it and I own it. You are never farther from God than the next praise you give Him. So what would happen to me sometimes when I was like going through my high school years, I would get in an environment where I would feel like, yeah, I want to do what that preacher said. Yeah, he was talking today about some good things. And then we talked in my e-group and we talked about how we want to break free of this and break free of that. And I would think, yeah, I want to do that. But something would trip me up along the way, and then I would feel ashamed. And I would feel like, well, maybe what happened to me in church wasn't real, because I would feel so tempted. But I've realized something that I want you to get real young in your life, and if you can get this, you'll be ahead. The temptation is a sign that you're a threat to the devil.
Wow.
Because, now listen to me, the devil is not like God. God is unlimited. He has infinite blessings. God is unlimited. He's omnipresent. He can be everywhere all at once. God is unlimited. He can bestow any gift He wants on anyone at any time. The devil is not unlimited. He can't be everywhere at once. He doesn't have every weapon. So that means if there's a weapon being formed against you, it's because there's something inside of you that exists that is a part of what God wants to do through you, and the enemy knows it, and he's nervous. So what I would encourage based on your question is, the next time that you feel a temptation to go back to whatever it is, and we could name a lot of things, and I don't really want to get too specific because I want you to name it. In fact, don't name it out loud. Nobody say it out loud, but just silently think of the thing that you believe is going to be the hardest for you to change when you get back home. Think of it. Don't say it out loud. Think of it. And it could be relational. It could be physical. It could be chemical. It could be sexual. It could be any of these things. It could be emotional. Now, I want you from now on, from this day forward, when that thing shows up in your life, use it as a cue to run to God, not from God.
Wow, that's really good.
So good.
And when it hits, whether it's anxiety, when it hits, whether it's depression, when it hits, whether it's your temptation to just go off and be angry, when it hits, when it's what they want you to do with them on Friday night, when it hits, whether it's something that you've accustomed yourself to doing, whatever it is, take it as a sign that God has planted something in your life that is important, and the enemy is trying to disrupt it. And you can come to God and you can say, God, you see what I'm feeling. You see what I'm facing. You see what I'm going through. You know how hard this is for me. You know how many times I've given into this before. You know that I don't know what to do. I need your help. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the enemy's strategy against him.
That's so good.
Because every temptation he brings into your life, we're going to use it to make you press into God that much more.
Jeez.